I'm going to create some videos of the RV and what you have to do to the RV to get it ready for travel. And they'll be in different sections. And I'll start with the exterior, which is where we're going to go right now as well. So that's where you put the fresh water. You bring a hose up, you fill it up, and there's a tank on the inside. If you're using city water, this is where you hook up the hose to the city water system. If you are using that, you won't need to use the water pumps since you will have plenty of pressure from the existing water source. On the right side of the RV, you'll see three hatches. The large hatch on the top, when you open it up, it's got a toolbox in it for some tools, and it's got obviously the fishing poles for the kids, some camping materials, and then you'll see there's a switch back here. That is for the hot water. I'm going to leave it in that position, and it is the normal position. And behind here, there's you see the screws. There's a panel, and that would be underneath the bed. Underneath the bed is a filter, and that really has to come back out. We'll go over that in a little bit. Down here is another hatch, and I keep just maintenance equipment, the supplies in there for the RV, and engine oil and things like that. Here is the generator. You don't really have to do anything to that as far as I'm concerned. This right here is your hot water heater, and I'll have that prepared for you so you don't have to worry about it, but it does need service when you get back. You have to drain everything. And then this is the heater, the regular heater that's going to heat you the interior. And then you've got another hatch down here that has just mainly storage in it, and I've taken most everything out. But this box that you see on the right, you need a screwdriver to get into it. If there's any problems with the electricity, it's a panel, and when you open it up, you'll see all kinds of electrical switches and stuff. So on the driver's side, you can see I've got the propane gas tank right here. I'm going to turn it in the off position, so if you plan on using it, in fact you need to use it if you're going to be using the refrigerator. This is a part of what runs the refrigerator, but I turned it off right now, and you'll have to turn it back on again. This hose right here leads to the barbecue, and that'll be on the other side. You can pull that out and use it if you want to. Not the hose, the barbecue. So you would turn this on, and then this hose on the other side you would plug into the barbecue, and away you go. This is some more storage on the side, and I've taken most everything out of it, and I'm going to keep it empty because there doesn't need to be anything in for short trips. And then we go to the back of the RV, and then this is your plug right here. Your plug. And if you are going to be staying at your sister-in-law's house, you would unplug this plug right here, and then you would plug in an extension and plug it into the house itself. You have to remember though, this is a 30 amp service. She's going to have 15 or 20 amp service, so you're going to have to reduce it down. And there is a reducer in here someplace. I'll find it for you. Again, there's a 30 amp service here. Then you've got a long extension cord here, and then you've got the reducer. So that would plug into that right there, and then where is it? That would plug into the extension cord, and then the extension cord plugs into any. Down here you'll find two switches. There's a black one, and then there's a gray one, and then in between there is an opening where you can empty everything out. That's the dirty water. So whenever you're going to step inside the RV now, there is a step down here that pops in and out when the electricity in the RV is on. Currently it's not on, so it stays in. Okay. First thing that we're going to go do is look at the panel right here. Okay, that's the panel right there. And I'll go over that in detail later on. But if you want to turn the batteries on for the RV, that would be this switch right here. Turn it on, and you'll see that automatically the step came out. You turn it back off. If you want the water to work in the RV, you have to turn the water pump on. That would be this one right here. Okay, so on and off. If you have that off, it will not be working. If you are connected to city water through the hose in the back, you do not need this on. But if you're using water that you put into the tank in the back, this has to be on. Okay, so you have two choices on heating your water. You've got electric or you've got LP gas. If you are plugged in to somebody's house, you could use the electric. That would take care of that. If you don't have electricity that you're plugged into, then you would use the gas. Simple enough with that. If you go over here, you'll see a panel that says low, good, so on and so forth. It tells you the amount of water and other things you have in the RV. So if you push the button, right now we're half full with fresh water. You're not going to have that. I'm going to empty the whole thing out. It's empty on the gray water. It's empty on the black water. You're 3/4 full or half full on the LP gas. That should be plenty for you. And then the main, you've got two sets of batteries. The main batteries are fully charged. The auxiliary batteries are almost fully charged, so you're okay with that. Up here is the awning that brings the awning in and out. And you shouldn't be using it, but if you do, it's a little bit complicated when you get it outside. Here's the tank heater. I don't think you'll be using that. That just keeps the fresh water from freezing, and I don't think it'll be in freezing areas. And then up here is the generator button to turn it on and off. And then over here is how you get the slide to go in and out. It doesn't work right now, and the reason it doesn't work is because you have to have the key in the ignition for it to work. One of the things that you want to make sure to do when you turn the electricity on is you want to leave, this is the freezer and the refrigerator. You want to make sure that it's set on auto and on and auto, so that it goes either by electricity or by gas. The lavatory in the back, you can see right here. And you've got another water pump switch. That would be the center one right here. So it's just a two-way switch. You've got one in the front, and then you've got one in the back. Again, if you want this water to be working, or the bathroom water, or the kitchen water to be working, or the shower, if you don't have city water, if you're not plugged into city water, you have to turn that on. Okay? To extend the slide, you go outside and you make sure you have clearance for the slide to open up. You go over to the key here, the ignition key, and you turn it on 2 clicks. 1, 2, and then you come over here to the slide and you push it in the out position. There you go. If you want to pull it back in, you just push the other button. You want to make sure that there's nothing in these areas right over here on that side, or on the other side over here, that are going to impede the movement of the slide. To start the generator, you hit the red button, wait until it says OK, and then you hit the green button. Hold the red button for a bit until it starts. If it stops, hold the green button, hold the red button again until it stays on. Watching TV in the RV is a multi-step process. The first thing that you have to do is you have to choose your cable source. If you're connected to a cable, in other words, using the cable from the exterior, you would push these buttons. This is the front viewing TV, here's a rear viewing TV, and that's the way it would look. If, on the other hand, you're not connected to cable and you're using the antenna up top, you would use satellite, or antenna. After you've done any of these, whether it's cable, satellite, or antenna, you'll actually have to go to the TV and program that. In addition to choosing the video source, you also have to choose your power source. If the RV is plugged into the house, in other words, using an extension cord, you can just turn it on and it works like any other TV would. On the other hand, if you're not plugged into an extension cord into the house, you'll be using the batteries on the RV, and that would require that you use an inverter. Fill the RV with fuel. You come to the driver's side door, you open it up, and then you open the hatch down here, and you fill it with diesel only. The thing that you need to use the RV is up on top of the deck in the garage. Everything that's in a black bag belongs to the RV. There are things like towels in there, sheets, bedding, all the things I don't want the mice to have.